Hi, this is Jethro Jones, host of the Transformative Principal podcast and the Transformative Leadership Summit. I hope you enjoy these teasers from the summit. It starts July 31st, and I would be honored if you would join us for some high-intensity learning just before you start the school year. Sign up at transformativeleadershipsummit.com. Enjoy this teaser with Tom Hierck. Hi there, this is Jethro Jones, host of the Transformative Principal and the Transformative Leadership Summit. I am excited to bring you this little snippet of what you're going to get by joining the Transformative Leadership Summit this year. And please go to transformativeleadershipsummit.com and sign up to be a part of it.
So my struggle here, Tom, and I know what people are saying is I'm a new principal and I'm going to a new school this coming school year, so I'm in the same boat. I know there are things at work, and I know there are things that we need to get going, and I want to get going on the work fast. And I'm okay with it taking time, but I don't want to follow the adage of don't rock the boat, don't make any changes, because we need changes. Because these are kids' lives we're dealing with, right? And there needs to be a sense of urgency. So how do we balance urgency with not moving too fast and taking the time that we need?
Yeah, and you're bang on. And lots of times, by the way, there's occasions when the outgoing principal leader has retired, and so now a new person's come in. And well, depending on the legacy of that person, there's a challenge. There's been oftentimes people have been brought aboard to change things up, right? And so how do I begin to? You're right. We don't have in our profession the luxury of time. We're not a factory. If we slow down on making widgets for the first 2 months, we can double production, ramp it up later, and get back on track. We're talking about human beings, kids' lives hanging in the balance legitimately based on the work we do. So we've got to do something without it appearing just to be my idea, but to be our idea. So, there's some questions we could ask, right? What makes our school special and unique? If I'm coming in as a new person and I've got a staff that has been there for a period of time, what makes us special and unique? What is, our sense of purpose at this school currently? Not just the words, but what is it? I don't need someone to recite for me, like the Pledge of Allegiance, the mission of XYZ school. But what is it that if somebody had to tell you, the old analogy of the elevator trip, right? You're going to the 12th floor. You got 12 floors to tell me, Jethro, what are you all about? All right, I need to hear that in a very succinct fashion. Then we start to gather other bits of evidence. All right, folks, I'm hearing that we believe in all, or we believe in every child of success. I have some evidence now from last year's results. Be that as they may, but here's the data sets, the evidence that we have that says, folks, we're doing a great job. 87% of our kids graduate on time. That's good. My question is, what are we doing for the other 13%? Are they part of our all and our every? Right? And what do we know about those kids? So we've got to be willing to, while we are moving, focus that conversation. Right? Sometimes it's as simple as the question, so Jethro, why did you become an educator? Every teacher I've ever talked to, every educator I've ever talked to, in the first two sentences, will talk about kids. We believe we're difference makers. Nobody got into this profession to get rich, right? You take a vow of poverty when you become an educator, right? Nobody got into this profession to maintain the status quo. So can we start to leverage some of that? And it's got to start from day one. One of the things I'm really big on in that first little bit of time is learning what I call every kid's DNA. Right? Not the typical DNA that I did as a biology teacher, but DNA defined as dreams, needs, and abilities. Because every kid has dreams, every kid has needs, and every kid has abilities. It might look different this year than it did last year. All right. Equally important, do you know the DNA of everybody you work with? Because when you became a principal, you never stopped being a teacher. You just got bigger kids in your class.